Welcome to everyone for our course on fluorescence spectroscopy. Excuse me. We're starting this out with the history of the course. Of course, if you want to move on to the lectures, that's fine. But some individuals wanted to know how this got started. Well, we started actually in 1993 as just a small course because many of our colleagues on campus that were using our instruments weren't aware of all the possibilities of fluorescence. And some of the instrument companies also seem to desire more knowledge of fluorescence, maybe to help them design new instruments. So our first class, about 40 people, they were all scientists and PhD level scientists and engineers. In 1994, we introduced a new addition to the course where we designed hands-on experiments. At first, basically they were simple experiments, but meant to be teaching experiments. Initially, we used only the instrumentation available in my lab. This wasn't practical anymore when we had about 70 attendees or more. But the companies helped spread out the burden. And many instruments came in, microplate readers, spectrophotometers, and we were quite surprised to even see laser scanning microscopes and single molecule microscopes. And if any of you have had these delivered, you can imagine the amount of work that goes into bringing in these giant boxes into the lab and setting things up. So this was a major disruption to the lab. And one year, I think I made a mistake, and I kept saying, just accept anybody. And we had about 150 attendees, and that turned out to be too much to do, especially before the days of PowerPoint, because we would be preparing ring binders for all of the attendees. So that was just boxes and boxes of material. At that point, PicoQuant made us an offer we could not refuse. They were a company that was always at our course, and they could see that we were getting ready to, it was just too much to do. And they made us an offer we couldn't refuse, which said, Joe, if you come and give the lectures, we'll take care of everything else. We'll set up the instruments, the arrangements and everything else. And all you have to do is give the lectures. And this was great. How many agreements like this happened on just a handshake, which that's all we did. We never had any formal agreements, but we continued this until 2021, where it was interrupted by COVID. And that took away a really good part of the course because it was answering questions which always made the course most interesting. During the time from 23 to 21, the lecture hall, we always had as many people as we could accept, 90 in the US and 70 in Germany. And this is one of the courses that we had. So, and the courses was filled every year, this entire time. So in 2024, we decided to prepare video versions of the lectures. This turned out to be more work than I expected because when I was speaking in person, it didn't have to be a perfect slide. I could talk my way around what was on the slide and get the information to the attendees, but that wasn't possible in a video format like this. So the lectures contain probably twice as many slides as we ever presented in Berlin. We tried to break them up into 30-minute sections. We We welcome individuals from other institutions if they would like to use these lectures for a graduate course, and we hope, I'm hopeful that might happen. And acknowledgments. Two people were essential for this. The first was Miss Mary Rosenfeld. She consistently provided me with the literature and PDF copies of papers so I could keep up with the latest publications. Many of these were not available in our School of Medicine library, so it took a bit of searching to get that done. And of course, I can't type worth a darn, so she did much of the slide typing. And the person who really got this started was Siva Hannigan. We just call him Siva. He provided the essential assistance to get these lectures put up on the web. But most importantly, he gave me the strong urging to do this. It was probably about 6 months of nagging on his part. Kept saying, you really should get this recorded. Really should get this recorded, and I finally agreed to do it. And I also want to express my appreciation to all the authors where I made use of their figures, which were available on the internet. It wasn't practical to include references to everything, but their pictures made it much easier to explain the concepts. Well, we hope you enjoy the course, and we'll see you in our lectures. Bye.